welcome back to more Final Fantasy XVI with Suzy. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I don't know why my headphones, they do not want to stay in, but we'll deal with that. Now, at the end of the last episode, I was taking on this thing over here and unfortunately got a little bit too close to the area so that we can move on with the quest, and he got lucky. Okay? He got lucky. He ran away. And I let him live.
You said before that the child is bound within the surge. But you've yet to tell us how we're meant to reach him. I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed. And the wave's origin.
All right. It won't be the first dominant we've met at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, hopefully this time it'll be a little bit nicer than... Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you remember that whole scene where we were down at the bottom and it was like this... I know you guys remember, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. The sea parted. That whole section of this game, I hate the phrase, but I'm gonna say it, lives rent-free in my head. It does. Okay, the surge. Let's go. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's very chill. I love the cutscenes. I love the world of Final Fantasy XVI, and I don't know if Final Fantasy XVI is the most popular in the franchise, but I do think that there's a lot of people that haven't played it that should play it because they're missing out on this game.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walius's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes.
I love her hair. I would never have the guts to cut all of my
Forest
hair
grows
off.
quickly here. Left unattended, the path would be reclaimed in a matter of moons.
But if I did have the guts, man, that is the hair I would want. In fact, my hairdresser actually has that exact hair, but she doesn't braid it at the side. But I think the next time I see her, I should tell her to.
It does indeed.
I still don't know how I feel about all of this. The biggest sin was committed. He was born.
Suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
That's crazy.
It's not right.
No. It's not.
Like, look at that. Like, you would almost think that it's a rock or like a glacier of some kind, but it's the fact that
Up ahead.
it's waves. It's like a really terrifying storm that one day could come back down and destroy us all. If you live there, I mean.
Down in the center. Follow me.
Surprised that they let you even come down here, you know? Like, you would think there would be some kind of rules against it. Oh! 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 Oh!
Still primed.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear. and I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
I think he's barely born.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin, committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean?
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason.
There is
But if I
usually a
told
reason,
you
though.
there was a way to remove Wallis's icon.
I tell you, you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Very well. Do what you must.
I was gonna say, you
And
might as
whatever
well
happens,
listen to Clive.
I
Why
will
else are
own the
we here?
consequences.
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight.
I told you we're gonna take Leviathan. He lets us. Uh-oh. What's gonna attack?
Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Is it done?
I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong.
I just love Torgo when he puts his tail up and he's like, I'm ready. Something's wrong. Hey, beautiful!
He wasn't just afraid.
Let's do this!
He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
I love the soundtrack in this game. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Leviathan. Attuning with Leviathan not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Crosswell, an inescapable rush of water that pummels enemies from multiple angles. That's pretty cool. Leviathan's icon feat, Serpent's Cry, can be used to summon to Clive's off-arm a sea-spitting serpent capable of dealing precision strikes to enemies at great distances. Okay, so that's kind of like the triangle move then. Pressing square in this state will unleash a tidal torrent, multiple bursts of water capable of forcefully knocking back smaller creatures, while pressing triangle will fire a powerful jet of water, a tidal stream at enemies situated just outside melee range. Using these attacks will deplete your tidal gauge. Okay. becoming unavailable when the gauge is empty. The gauge will slowly replenish over time, but can be refilled quicker by pressing circle. Time a second press perfectly with on-screen prompt to immediately refill the gauge. Okay, so I'm just watching what the screen is doing. The tidal gauge is also replenished when successfully executing a precision dodge. I get those down. While using Serpent's Cry, pressing R1 again while dodging will cause Clive to roll in the air. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Extending the dodge even further. Tidal turn can be used while rolling by pressing square. Okay, only Leviathan's abilities are available during this.
Leviathan!
No, just an eggy, but a formidable adversary nonetheless.
Out the way, Jill! Nice.
Oh, look. It has friends.
Oh, look, are we surprised? Hold on, let me just try and get this. Oh my gosh, that's quite tricky. How quick do I need to let go of this? Like that. Okay. Oh! Da-da-da! Okay, that'll take me a little bit to get used to. There is a lot of concentration.
Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but... there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
I hate to think that he's been stuck in there for however long, and he knows it.
I'm sorry, Walyas. I will make this right.
Because so far, we've just taken some of his power, and he's still just chilling there, you know? It's not very nice. Yeah, I feel
So,
bad for him.
Part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it? Does it hurt?
No. Not anymore, anyway.
Good. Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
I feel so bad for him. Obviously, I knew what to expect because they said in the last episode that I filmed that it's a baby and whatnot, but just seeing it with that look on its face that it's like uncomfortable and yeah, it kind of moved me in the worst possible way.
To understand the spell which binds Walyas, you must first know who we are and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity. This tapestry is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own mother crystal.
Ooh.
That's impossible.
As they were soon to discover, aye, far too late. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant Walyas.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Why am I getting vibes that this is her child?
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the dome of light on top of the cliffs to the west? Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the Vare, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now, there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once. I fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.
Well, do they have any decent weapons for me? Has Mr. Blacksmith upgraded things? Listen, I don't mind getting stuck with
first head
Jill.
north and then west, deeper into the forest.
It's just the fact that I don't feel like I ever got enough time with Josh. So I'm always kind of like, really? Like, you have to stay behind? Fine. Okay, so is this my smithy?
No sign of the child.
No, it's not. Yeah, there is a part of me that's like, is that her kid and that's why she's so worried about it?
Just try to breathe. That's it.
Is everything all right?
Ah, you're the outsider. I'm Fanit, healer by trade. And this is Talor, one of my patients. He took ill not long after you arrived.
So it's our
Nothing too
fault then.
serious, I hope.
I hope so too,
But
this affliction, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. He complains of feeling chilled to the bone, but there's no fever to go with it. And my most powerful antalgic hasn't done a thing to ease the pain in his chest. I'm starting to wonder if his condition might require a different kind of treatment altogether. Shula said that you were here to help us. You couldn't help me, could you?
Well, that's nice, because I actually thought she was going to blame us.
I'd be happy to. If I can.
You can, don't worry. All I need you to do is speak to Talor's son, Pavat, over at the forge, and ask if he knows what his father was up to before he came down sick. Something must have caused this, and I want to find out what. The trouble is, Talor's too weak to speak, and I can't leave his side for long. So while you talk to Pavat, I'll pay his wife word a quick visit, just in case she knows anything.
All right.
Interesting. So, I think it's important to note that she did say this happened right after you arrived. I'm just a bit suspicious about it, that's all. This is such a small village that it always kind of gets me when someone's like, I can't talk to them. You're gonna have to talk to them. It's just too far away. I can't go.
May I speak with you a moment?
Wait, is she a different... I had to speak with Pavat. You're not Pavat. There's too many people to talk to. Hold on. Which one is Pavat? It's not the... It must be this guy around here. There's a lot to do here. Is it the chocobo person? Okay, it's not them. I think it's stranger. You. What? They're Miranda. What? Unless it is. It must be the blacksmith, and I've just completely forgotten his name. I have to say to you guys, right? It's a part of who they are to all have this white hair. Do you know how many people would die to have that hair? Oh, it is you.
Oh, do you need something?
I do, though not from the forge. Fanit asked me to speak with you. She's looking into the cause of your father's illness and wondered if you could shed any light on the matter.
I see. Sorry. She shouldn't have dragged you into this.
It's no trouble, really. Tell me, did your father do anything out of the ordinary before he fell ill?
Not that I know of. But then I hardly see him. He's always out and about, like. Well, at least he was. Suppose he might have been a bit more fidgety than usual, but apart from that...
When you say out and about, where does he usually go?
Just round the village. Wanders over to Blazier's place most days. He's a fisher who lives on the other side of the fount. They're old friends. Maybe he knows something I don't.
Maybe. I'll go and speak with him.
Don't you worry, old man. We're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna run all the way through these very, very precious flowers. But we'll figure this out. I've actually started growing things in my garden, and I don't mean weeds for a change. And I'm kind of like enjoying it, you know?
Greetings, stranger. What can I do for you?
Your name is Blazier, is it not?
What can I do for you?
Pavad tells me you're a friend of his father's, and that the two of you may have spent some time together prior to his illness.
His illness? Talor's never been ill a day in his life. I don't know why he'd start now.
Oh, Fanny doesn't know either. It was she who asked me to look into his recent behavior on the off chance it might explain how his condition arose.
Oh, I suppose there was something that struck me as a bit odd. He kept asking about the woods. Did you see anything strange on your way back from the shore? Are you certain? Do you swear? That kind of thing. I didn't, of course. But he wouldn't let it go. It was like he was expecting something to happen. It was just a matter of when. Not that I know what. But he never told me anyway.
Well, that certainly does sound unusual. And it might just be what Fanit is looking for. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Oh, and when you say Talor, wish him the best from me, yeah?
I love their accent so much. Right, so I need to leave? Oh no, sorry, report back to Fanit. It's a very strange name, but who am I to judge? I think we should go out there. We should go out to the woods and have a look and see. Maybe he's got bark poisoning or something. I literally had this cough last year, though.
I spoke with Werder, but she couldn't tell me anything. Did you have any better luck?
Nothing conclusive. But there was one thing. Blazier, the fisherman, told me that Talor had taken a sudden interest in the forest of late. He kept asking him if he'd seen anything unusual there on his way back from the coast, but never let on what exactly he was expecting him to have seen.
The forest between here and the coast. Surely not. But then...
What are you not telling us?
Then...
I can't say for sure. But I think Talor's illness might have some connection to the Tomberries.
Those son
You
of a
have encountered
bee
them
sting.
during your time here?
I killed quite
The
a few of
small,
them.
scaly beastmen.
And you think they may have caused Talor's illness?
I do. At least in a way. And if I'm right, it's no wonder the treatments I've been trying didn't work. Oh, I know it's a lot to ask, but would you go down into Father's Fell for me? There's an altar there. And if my fears are true, an offering upon it.
What is going on here?
Please. I'll explain everything when you return, but time flows fast. I beg you, make haste for Father's Fell and take the offering from the altar. Talor's life may depend on it.
Like,
Very well.
these people are strange. Like, you're asking me to go and do all this stuff. But... Okay, so that's actually past. So this time we're going up there. In the last episode, when I was messing around with this place, I wasn't actually able to go to the Dark Gate. There's so much to do in this village. Ah!
Bastard things.
My brain only actually allows me to do one thing at a time, though.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone.
Like, I keep getting people asking me,
Hail, stranger.
what game is next? What are you doing? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? But I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII, and I'm going for Platinum. I find it really
Before we
difficult
turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the
to
coast.
play too many things
now.
now.
We must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is then.
It's always love. I'm gonna have to kill a Master Tomberry, aren't I?
If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark.
Oh, come on! Come on! This is a boss, if I ever seen it. Ooh, that's creepy. It's like they're fish. It's like they got dolphin tails. Is that what Tomberries have always been like?
What are they up to? Some sort of ritual.
That's the weirdest Tomberry. Love the jacket though. See, if you saw that, oh my god, you'd be like, no, I don't wish to die like this. Level 53 Tonberries. Oh, they're not actually that bad. I just gotta do this and freeze a bunch of them and... Never works though. For my trophy, I mean. Hello? Oh my gosh, there's so many! I feel kind of bad for them, like... They're stronger than me, but I'm kind of beating them up a little bit. It's like Tomberry abuse. Nice. Any more down here? No. Look at them, they're so cute. I feel terrible. I didn't want to do this.
Farewell.
Look at him flying! I feel so bad. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know?
Let's see what's on this altar then.
Do, 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 do. What do you think a Tomberry would worship? like one of their knives, maybe? A necklace?
A silver chain. I doubt the Tomberries made it. This must be what Fennec was talking about.
Can I have it? Ooh, actually, I don't think I'd want it. Got that thing again. Like, that is great! It's so good! What is the point in me running all the way back when I can just get transported? So good.
You're back. Well, did you find anything?
I did. This silver chain.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still none the wiser.
Forgive me. This chain. It's a Gregorian Maternoster.
Worn by men of the faith. What's it doing here? And why would the Tomberries be praying to it?
To understand that, you need to understand what the Tomberries are.
Creepy.
They
Dolphins.
feed on hatred and suffering. And some say that if you render them an offering, some token of grievance against your fellow man, they will put a curse upon him.
So you think someone's put a Tomberry curse on Talor?
I can't say for sure. Truth be told, I always assumed it was an old wives' tale. But given his fear of the forest and the presence of the chain on the altar, I don't know what else to think.
Does Talor have any enemies in the village? Anyone who would nurse such a grudge?
No, I believe the one who left the chain at the altar was Talor himself.
I beg your pardon?
But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you attempt to curse a soul that has returned to the sea already, your ire has nowhere to go but back to its source.
You're saying he cursed himself?
In trying to curse another, aye.
Ooh,
When
toxic.
my father was younger, he was one of the few permitted to venture beyond the wall on trading expeditions. He told us that when he journeyed to Sanbreque, he'd wear that chain to disguise his true beliefs, lest Griega's faithful turn their cudgels on him.
Did they ever catch him in his deception? Might that explain the ill will he bears someone?
Not that he ever told me.
Come now. Let's not waste time speculating about Talor's past. We need to focus on the present, and that means finding a way to break the curse.
All right. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you. I shall.
Aye, and thanks for going to all this trouble. Here, it's not much, but I want you to have this. We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. Reacts to certain rare minerals we use in crafting. Makes them ring out like a bell. Stuff you'd have no chance of spotting otherwise. If you find anything, see that you bring it back to me. I can make you some decent gear with it. If you're interested, like.
Oh yeah, I always
I
want
am,
better
thank you.
weapons.
And I'll be sure to pay you a visit. Until then, I wish your father a swift recovery.
But, okay, so we took out the Tomberries. We figured out that it was a curse, because he was cursing someone else, and we got a necklace. But how does that stop him being ill? You know what I mean? Like, to me, the chances of him recovering are slim, no? You have obtained the design draft for serpent rings, accessories that when equipped enhance Leviathan's icon abilities. To create these items, speak with Blackthorn in the Hideaway or Pavat in Haven's Foundry and select the craft option. Please note that crafting them will require several materials only found in Mysidia, such as aquamarine. So, you have obtained an adder stone, carved from aquamarine, Adder stones will resonate both audibly and visibly with other nearby sources of the previous gemstone. Well, that's kind of cool. Making them invaluable in gathering the rare crafting material. Your controller will also vibrate. Ooh. Aquamarine is hidden throughout Mysidia, so be sure to check every corner of the region. Please note that some aquamarine locations will differ between action, story, and Final Fantasy mode. I wonder if I have any already. Ooh, okay. That's good.
I'd like to see another smith do better.
Well, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Don't be mean to Blackthorn. Ooh, that's good though. So that would put my attack down, but it puts my stagger right up. And let's see if there's anything else I can craft.
Till next time then.
Thank you very much. But you'll never be as good as Blackthorn. Hey, I'm actually gonna replenish my potions.
This is all we have. Here you are. May it serve you well. Then I bid you good tide.
She's such a Okay, so yes, we can make, but let's talk to some of the other villages. This guy seems distressed.
Go alone. Tide, take me. What am I gonna do? You've got to help me. Shula said you were a force to be reckoned with. Are you?
Why do you ask?
Eh? Oh, sorry. I should explain. My name's Kitav. I'm worried about a friend of mine. He went into the forest and he hasn't come back. Would you help me find him?
I mean, I'm not exactly gonna say no.
I can try. Tell me what I need to know.
Of course. You know about the glamour our ancestors cast to keep this place hidden, right?
Shula told us about it, yes.
Right. So you know the cairns we use to maintain the spell? Well, it's me and my friend's job to maintain them. If it weren't for the likes of us, it would have faded years ago.
So your friend went into the forest to visit one of these cairns?
Aye, that's right. He said he was going down to Father's Fell. There are 2 cairns out that way, one by the banks of the Swift Run, and another near the Winged Wains, the, ships in the forest.
All right. How will I know this friend of yours?
His name's Nassef. He's about my height, but clean-shaven. If you could track him down and see that he's come to no harm, I'd be much obliged. I'll search the village, just in case anyone's seen him, and meet you back here.
Very well.
It's such a quiet village. I feel like I could live there. Although I don't think I could go fishing though.
River. Better get moving.
Okay, so let me just check. Just so that I don't accidentally move the story on. Right, let's go, ladies and gents. There's so much to do. I'm really liking this DLC, and something we were discussing in my Discord actually was how refreshing it is to see the sky, because everything is so like purpley red and pinks and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, hello. It's so annoying that I have to somehow freeze all of these guys and then use Diamond Dust. I just don't know if I can do it. Second boy. Goodness! Whew, whew, oh! I tried puzzle on and I kept hitting 6, 6, 6. I was like, why am I almost dead? Wow. That was scary. That was really scary.
This
Nice.
is the mineral Pavar was talking about. The one that rings out like a bell.
Okay. Oh, these things. Okay.
Well, here's the cairn. But no sign of Nasef. To the riverbank, then.
Ah, Clive, you're just a sexy man. What can I say? Am I allowed to say these things? I don't know. I feel like everybody has a character, whether it's from like an anime or just anything, a video game. They're kind of like, they're pretty hot. Oh, hello. Oh no. Aww.
I'm looking for a man named Nasef.
Aye, I know him. Takes care of the cans. Wait, you didn't think I was him, did you? Sorry, mate, I'm just out to gym myself a few ibexes. What do you want with the lad, anyway?
They said he
His
was
friend,
clean shaven, though.
Katav asked me to look for him. Apparently he ventured out to work on one of these cairns and didn't return.
Well, that is a worry.
You're a hunter, yes? You must know the woods as well as anyone. Can you think where he might have gone?
There's a bridge further down the path. Blasted thing got washed away a few moons back. Our carpenter only recently had time to rebuild it. But if I remember rightly, there is another cairn on the far side. Maybe he decided to visit that one while he was here.
Maybe. It's worth a look, certainly. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'll keep an eye out too. Perhaps he just got delayed or something.
Let's hope so.
Are you gonna clean this up? That's like roadkill. Just leaving that hanging about there. It's disgusting. Maybe he got delayed by the tomberries. I just feel slightly over leveled.
Was talking about.
Nice. This is such a beautiful place. Wait, where am I? Oh, okay. I have to find it. Oh, what? No. No, I need to be sitting up for this one. You want me to deal with the bloomin' jellies?
Stay away, damn you! Hold on.
Ah, I hate this thing. This staggered in Final Fantasy XVI. It lasts for a lot longer than 7. Ouch. Yeah, they can be tricky sometimes. Luckily, he was weak to fire, and that's what I had on.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the tributary's guest. And you must be Nassef.
I am? But how do you know that?
Your friend Katav asked me to look for you when you didn't return.
I'm sorry. I was so focused on attuning the cairn, I didn't see those creatures come until it was too late.
How exactly do they work?
Oh, there are crystals inside. They're what keeps the glamour going. Should the ether cease to flow through too many of them, our shroud would quickly unravel. It's my job to make sure that doesn't happen.
And an important job it is. But you'll struggle to do it if you're dead. You need to take more care.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
his fault, though,
No,
that the Flans
argument's
came
there.
out to play.
The truth is, me and Katav usually work together, watching each other's backs like. But when we heard outsiders were coming, we split up to get the job done faster, so things would be perfect for your arrival.
Oh.
Stupid, I know.
So you found him then?
Not before the local fauna did. My arrival seemed to put them off their dinner.
Mustn't have been hungry after all. Expect you'll be wanting someone to escort you back to the village then, Nassef. Woods are full of nasties today.
When you're next in Haven, be sure to come and see us. You saved my life. It's only right I repay you.
If you insist. Take care now.
Like, it must feel so good doing missions like that. You know, and saving people. Right, let's travel back because there was another mission that I can do. I reckon today's episode is just gonna be a bunch of side missions.
Thank you. Nassef told me everything. If you hadn't got there when you did. Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about.
All that matters is that you're safe. Far be it from me to tell you how to do your jobs, but don't go alone again.
Or if we have to, maybe we should think about casting the glamour on ourselves to keep the wildlife from spotting us. It'd take its toll, of course, but it'd beat letting the cairns fall and having to weave the entire spell from scratch. Imagine if we had to do that. I'd rather not. Would only succeed in adding 2 new piles of stone to the collection.
Your bearers.
That we are, thank the tides. The others can't attune to the crystals in the cairns the same way we can. I reckon this place would be doomed without us.
So, you do this work for the good of your people? Not because...
We're forced to. No. From what I've heard of the way things work on the outside, we were truly blessed that our rain fell here in Mysidia. Our people
Yeah,
are few enough as it
ain't
is.
that a thing?
If we started turning on each other, kin against kin, over nothing but a stupid accident of birth, our days would be numbered.
They would.
Anyway, all's well that ends well, eh? Thanks to you, both of us lived to keep this place hidden another day.
I feel like Clive is like, that's so nice to hear, given what he had to go through with his upbringing and yeah, just the way things are outside of this place. You guys would be ashamed, honestly. Right, I think there's uninvited guest. Okay, this one seems fun. Maybe it's to do with
Hail,
chocobos.
stranger. Are you a rider by any chance?
I am. What gave me away?
Oh, I can smell it on you. The scent of the stables. And not just any stables. Something tells me you've never been one to ride half-starved birds with chine gall and wet beak. If I
No,
had
I
to
look
guess,
after
I'd
ambrosia,
say your
thank you.
bird eats only the finest greens and has her feathers groomed twice a day with a curl hairbrush.
Nothing but the best for my ambrosia.
Ambrosia, eh? Pretty name. What's she like?
Well, she's tall and strong. And her feathers are as white as snow.
You're joking. You've got a white chocobo.
She is the most beautiful chocobo
yes.
you have ever seen.
I suppose they are rather rare.
This I've got to see. Can you bring her here?
I mean, that would be cool.
I would if I could, but I doubt Shula's skiff could hold her.
Me dad's got a boat, and he's ferried chocobos before. You could get him to bring her. It'd be perfect timing and all. He's preparing for a trip beyond the wall as we speak. I'm sure he'd help you if you asked.
He would. Well, I don't suppose it would hurt to have Ambrosia around.
As long as she's okay,
All right,
though.
then. Where could I find your father?
He'll be in the storehouse on the other side of the brook. Tell him Manda sent you.
This is... I don't know. We've got a lot of busy work to do right now. And you're more focused on me getting my chocobo here. Alright. Just because Clive is nice.
You one of the outsiders, then?
I am. Shula invited me. Are you Manda's father?
I am. Got you running errands for her already, has she?
She's asked to see my chocobo, but I'd need your help and your boat to bring her here.
Or you could just say no.
That's what I
Honestly,
was thinking.
That girl and her birds, she'll be growing feathers soon enough.
Well, truth be told, I didn't take the idea seriously at first. But thinking about it, it would make it easier to get around if I had Ambrosia here. Can you help?
If you're sure that's what you want. The tributary says where to treat you lot as we would each other. So, if you need me to ferry your bird over, then that's what I'll do. Still, they don't take the water easily. I'll need you to bring us a mimic gourd or two to keep her calm on the journey over.
And where would I find one of those?
Oh, don't ask me. It's been years since I last brought a chocobo across the bay, and I'm told the world's changed a fair bit since then. Where do you usually get your stable supplies from?
Well, the man who made Ambrosia's tack lived in Martha's Rest, and if I remember correctly, he traded in chocobo feed too. So I suppose I'll go and ask him.
I'll be sailing over to Northreach soon to pick up some supplies. While I do that, you collect your bird and your gourd, and then meet me by the shore. Just don't take too long, all right?
I mean, you're telling me that. I got like a million other things that I need to be doing right now, but hey ho. What's that? Is that the only way that I can... Oh no, hold on. Martha's Rest. Oh, okay, so that was just the one that I got recently. Why are you purple? Honestly, the things we have to do. We have to save a baby. Aw, we're back in this place again where the skies ain't blue. Hoo-hoo.
I remember you. You're the one who saved Whiteheart. How's the old girl doing?
She's very well. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. You're the one who saved her. Anyway, what brings you to the rest today?
I was hoping to purchase a mimit gourd. And I thought you might be able to tell me where I could find one.
Oh, reckon I could do better than that. Just so happens, I've got a whole carload of the blasted things. Not a buyer in sight.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favour taking a few off my hands before they turn to mush. But just be on the lookout for wild birds, eh? Don't want them chasing after you like they did me.
I will. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Any friend of Whiteheart is a friend of mine. And in times like these, friends have got to stick together.
We certainly do.
Wait a minute.
Northreach, then. Wouldn't want to keep Mander's father waiting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the way he made it sound then was like I was gonna have to run about for a bit but get chased by Chocobo that I would have to attack. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Right, he's where? Is that it? Northreach, yeah. Ultima's coming to destroy the world. But I've got more important things to do. Actually, I would have been quicker going to this one. I say that only because I don't know how to get out of that village. Woo woo! Yeah, girl! Let's go. Alright, nothing. My ambrosia will happily run away. Thank you very much. This ain't no Final Fantasy VII. Where suddenly I have to keep on fighting and then the Chocobo has to run away and... No, 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 no. I still have my collector's edition for this game. It came with a statue of Ifrit fighting Phoenix, and it's one of my favorite things that I own. And the other day, I nearly knocked it off of my table. I was like, oh my god! I was like nearly in tears.
You deserve a rest.
No, you deserve to come across, buddy.
Ah, there you are.
Look at her!
And this must
She's
be...
perfect!
Ambrosia, was it? Oh, she's a real beauty, isn't she?
I have the mimic or two. Here.
Thank you kindly. Soon as she's gobbled this up, we'll set sail.
I'm like, are we drugging her with a
Going
sedative?
to take a little trip across the bay now, Ambrosia. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
Queen! So cute! After everything that we've gone through, of course she would trust Clive. Oh, pretty!
Well,
She really
we
is
made
a
it.
steed compared to those other chocobos.
You didn't know? She is as white as snow. You're beautiful, aren't you, girl?
Brave, too. She was calm as you like on the journey over. The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve her now.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
No. It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Anyway, thanks for bringing her here. I hope I can breed a bird like her someday.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach, you only need say the word.
Thank you. But I think we might explore Mysidia together. What do you say, Ambrosia?
There are just some missions that are just perfect. That was one of them. You know what's funny? I own far too much Moogle merchandise, but not so much Chocobo stuff. I think it's because the Chocobo stuff is quite immature, and it's always like the same yellow bird, almost like Chocobo racing, you know? But I feel like the Chocobos have changed a lot since then. And that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Like, I have a Chocobo statue as well, another one of my favorites. And it's based on, oh my gosh, I forget her name. I don't think I've played the Final Fantasy that it's actually based upon, but the Chocobo is a lot more realistic, and that's what I like about it. So that's why I don't have a lot of Chocobo merch, because I wish them to be a bit more mature.
There is a matter with which I would beg your aid.
Of course, what is it?
Please, not so loud.
Something serious then?
Yes. I think we might have company. I was passing by the low gate when I saw a figure moving among the trees up on the cloak. At first, I thought it must have been you or your brother, so I didn't say anything, but the more I think about it, the more certain I am that the figure looked familiar.
And you're sure it wasn't one of the other villagers?
Positive. I think it was someone from outside the wall who has found his way inside. Of course, it could just be my imagination playing tricks on me. I only caught a fleeting glimpse, and it might have been you or your brother. But if it is who I think it is, we cannot allow him to leave now that he knows we're here. Would you go and see? He won't try to hurt you, believe me. Given what lurks in the forest, the only one likely to get hurt is him.
So who is it?
Very well. Whether the man you saw is who you believe him to be or not, we need to know. It may yet be someone else entirely. Someone who means your people, or my people, harm.
Perhaps. Just promise me that if you do find someone up there...
Don't worry. I won't draw my sword unless I need to.
Thank you.
Yamila, this man you saw, might he be the customer you told me of?
I fear so.
The customer?
I'll explain later. Come on.
Clive's like, listen, I'm doing yous all a favor, and none of yous are telling me anything. Like, every time he's doing this, because he's like, yeah, I'm a good guy, and I'm gonna help out.
Too many of the flowers, there won't be enough.
And then it always turns out that there's somebody else that actually knows what's going on, and he's like, wait, what? I kind of feel bad for him. So is it like a dodgy ex-boyfriend that she doesn't want hanging about? Like, what customer? Is he a cool customer? What was that? No, Torgal, excuse me.
A bottle. Breath of the Arbor. Perfume from Sunbrag. Looks expensive, too.
Who's there? Stop!
Oh, he's fancy looking. He could be something out of a Disney movie, like maybe he's a prince. But he definitely doesn't have their usual white hair. He had,
No! No!
Uh-oh.
Hang on! I'm coming!
He had long blonde hair. Okay, here we go.
You got wrong, I swear!
So how am I supposed to freeze you? Not like that, apparently.
Guess we're all ready.
So I think it is an actual dodge. I have to use it as like a precision dodge. It looks like I just got Jill there. It was like, Kutu! Sorry, Jill. Right, this guy's an ex-boyfriend.
Are you all right?
I'm more than all right. I'm saved. Oh, I could kiss you.
No,
Maybe
thank you.
You should introduce yourself first.
Hervey! I knew it was you. What are you doing here?
I came to see you. Oh, my little canary. It's been so long.
I told you it's a Disney
Thank
love
you
story.
for saving him and sparing him.
Who is he?
Hervey, one of many clients from my employment beyond the wall.
One of many clients. We spoke every night of our plans together. Whispered songs of love into each other's ears. And then you upped and vanished without so much as a word.
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry,
gosh.
but that we could never be together. That I could never abandon my family. And I told you not to look for me. How did you even find this place, anyway?
The flame of your love was as a beacon in the night that guided me to you.
Hervey.
Clive is like, I'm cringing.
I was walking by the coast near Northreach when I saw a lady who looked like you. Eyes like the ocean. Hair like the driven snow. The next moment, she and her companions were jumping in a skiff and sailing out towards the wave. So I, borrowed the nearest boat and started rowing.
It must have been Shula bringing us here. So what? You rowed, found a nose how many leagues across the bay, simply because you saw a woman with white hair.
And as I did, the skies changed from a dull and hopeless grey to a bright and benevolent blue. That was when I knew for certain that my little canary was close.
Oh, why did you come? You should have forgotten me, as I tried to forget you. I
Well, this
cannot
is
leave my
awkward.
people, Hervey. And now that you know about this place, neither can you. We must return to Haven and accept my family's judgment.
I'm to meet your family. Oh, my little canary.
Yeah.
Please, come and see me later. You did as I asked, and you must be rewarded for it. But first, follow me, Hervey.
To the end of the world and beyond.
Is she gonna have to kill him? Yikes. That just got
Should never have found this
complicated.
place. How could I be so careless?
Don't blame yourself. I doubt anything could have kept that man away.
Oh man, if any guy was like, Suzy, my canary, I'd be like,
Forgive
you know, I don't
me.
even know how I would react.
There's nothing to forgive. You two met at the Vale, I take it.
When I worked there, yes. To earn the coin that my people need to survive. Though Mysidia is our sanctuary, there are certain necessities that it cannot provide. And for that reason, some of us seek employment beyond the wall. Yet few are the opportunities for followers of a strange faith in a strange land.
And so you supported your family as best you could?
I did. And I have never regretted it for a moment. I found a second family in the Vale. And in the Dame, a second mother. I also found Hervey. But our love could never be. I knew that if I revealed my secret to him, I would be putting my people in danger. But that if I did not, I would be living a lie, unable to return home.
What will happen to him now?
Since our people settled in Mysidia, uninvited visitors have been few and far between, but not unknown. Explorers, survivors of shipwrecks, none lasted long.
I see.
That was before my time, you understand? I've never had to make a decision like this before. Ymila, know that I do not blame you for any of this. It was me who decided to make the trip to shore. Me who exposed our secret. This was my mistake, and I shall bear the responsibility.
Thank you, tributary. I only beg you to remember that Hervey means us no ill will. He's just a fool. A fool who loves me.
Yeah, but if something happens...
But yours is not the only voice I must listen to. The whole family must be consulted. And it may take time for me to arrive at my decision. I hope you understand.
Of course, tributary. However long it takes. Come what may, I thank you, my lord, for bringing us back together.
Let's be honest here. If it was like a family of people that they found, then I think that they would have been more accepting. But it's the fact that it's one guy, and that to me kind of shows that they would probably easily just kill him and move on. Like, I know that that's harsh, but I just kind of feel like, what other choice do you have? Like, you can't trust him. And the fact that she even told him to go away and then he's come all the way out here, he's kind of proven that you can't trust him. You know, like, he's proven that. So what can you do? Yeah, I just think that you'd have to kill him. Well, what would you do if you're trying to protect an entire village of people? Like, the best thing you can do
There's a
is
large gate
get
up
rid
ahead,
of the one threat.
and beyond it, a cluster of ancient ruins. The temple, or the heir of hours as my people call it, can only be reached by passing through them.
Oh! Yeah, look at you! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Straight home now.
Get out the way, Ambrosia! Ambrosia always reminds me of milk. Is that right? Is there a milk called Ambrosia? I could be wrong. Someone let me know in the comments. I'm sure.
With life, most of it hungry, which is why we make sure this gate stays shut.
And why you carry that impressive-looking axe, I presume.
Noticed her, have you?
It's no wonder it wanted to give you
The temple
the chocobo.
is up there. Don't worry. Those cliffs aren't the only way to the top.
I kind of feel like I'm at a point where, in this difficulty anyway, I'm at a decent level, so I don't necessarily feel the need to grind. Oh, but I want that. I got one! I got two! Like, it's so difficult to get 3 of them in a row. You son of a bitch. I'll get it, you guys. One day, I will get it. It might not be on camera, but there will come a day where I will put on Instagram or something like that that I did, that I was successful.
Yes. As far as we can tell, they're part of the same complex as the temple itself.
To think of all the people who must once have lived here.
Oh, goodies. Goodies, goodies, goodies. Well, this episode has been filled with lots and lots of side missions. Why are you here? You could be trouble. There must be a reason that that's here. I bet there's like items. Decent items, maybe. Maybe not. Come on, there's gotta be some goodies. Oh, that'll do. Alright. Ah! This guy is just like all over the place. I don't know if he absorbs this, so I just want to see. Nice.
I'll be fine now.
I'm like, I can't see. Oh god. Ow. Okay, I didn't like that too much, or that. horrible. Did you hear it attacking Torgal the way it did? Nice. Woo! Ah, Nelly Furtado. Okay. I thought it was asking me to give it a wee hug there for a second. Just Torgal. Alright, Torgy. How did that make you feel? Although I kind of felt like there wasn't any reason to go there. At least I couldn't see one anyway. That's fine. We beat him up. Alright. Wait, so I am going around. God, I don't know why, you guys. I am so hungry today.
You're from the north, then?
Yes. And no.
I see.
Great. Another one. Don't mind me. Listen. Oh my god. You no longer have a brother, but you don't need one, right? Oh my god. Just leave me alone. Please. Whew. I already dealt with another one of those. I don't need to fight another one.
Do you see that cave up ahead? Whoever lived here carved a flight of stairs into the stone within.
Away to the top.
And whatever it is that awaits us there.
Dun, dun, dun. I love it when the map does this. Just think it's really interesting the way that it kind of shows you where you were at on the map. I just love this game. It's so good.
There. The temple that time forgot.
And the Varys inside?
Yes. You can see the spell's path from the nave.
What is it?
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
When Jill does that, it's not nothing, girl.
Forgive me, but why build the Vare here?
The spell was originally meant to be cast on Drake's Eye, and this was the only place with an unbroken line of sight.
Oh, it's filled with tomberries. Oh, let them live. It's such a beautiful place for them, you know? Alright, you guys, I am all out of time for this episode of Final Fantasy XVI. That was a lot of side missions, I know, but that's what the game does. It always likes to do that, so I'm not gonna apologize because I didn't do it. But I enjoyed doing the side missions, and I feel like when they give you a brand new place, the side missions are great because it makes the place feel more alive. So I enjoyed it anyways. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in more Final Fantasy XVI very soon. Bye!